So, Namaste people once again. I'm Daksh Gaur. I'm the founder of Love World magazine. We work on the simple focus of finding teenagers who are doing inspiring work in life and sharing their work with other teens. Till now, we have covered 300 such teenagers from across the world, and we keep doing so every month through the magazine and all different sources of media that are available to us. And from time to time, we try to create industry white papers on K-12 sector, which is typically schools. We always try to scavenge for what all new, innovative, different is going on in schools. And right now, we are all experiencing something that we never expected. And we don't even expect to, again, experience it in life, which is typically a lockdown. But this has had a very peculiar effect on school education. And since the lockdown began, we started these web talks. And I'm very happy to tell all of you that, and welcome all of you to the Love World Web Talks 47th episode. Till now, in the last 46 episode, nearly 400 plus school leaders have participated from 70 plus geographies from across the world. And today is the 47th episode where I welcome all of you. So first of all, thank you so much for taking out the time to be here with us. So just to tell you what we've been doing and why were we doing these episodes one after the other. So the first 30 episodes were on the topic No Lockdowns on Learning, where we were trying to find out what are schools doing during this lockdown to keep their kids engaged. Engaged not just for the purpose of delivering academics or teaching. The school had taken an absolutely new or a different kind of a role during this lockdown. You were actually de-stressing the families as well, because a lot of schools were giving small little activities that parents could do with their kids and keeping kids engaged in the house so that they don't get super anxious. So schools were doing some amazing work with kids. Just to share some examples, there's a very small village called Padua in West Bengal. They didn't have internet. So one of the schools there gave a very nice assignment to their kids. They told them that create a custom dictionary at home. Add 5 new words to it every day. And once the school opens, bring that dictionary to the school. There's one school in Odisha that told their kids to create a wisdom diary. Write what all good and bad you do during the whole day and document it. And this diary would actually become a mode of evaluating that child's wisdom. That how does he judge things around him? A lot of life skill propulsion activities were being done by a lot of schools. One of the schools in Kathmandu started something called problem solving engineering. They told their students to go into the kitchen, find what problems their mom faces and give it an engineering solution. And kids gave some amazing solutions to that. So schools have been doing amazingly during this time. Now, why are we expecting all these suggestions or innovations from school leaders? The thought behind it is very simple. Every section of the society contributes to society with its own capabilities, its experiences, its perceptions. And for instance, farmers are taking care of our food, police is taking care of security, doctors are taking care of our health. At this point, all the school leaders or educationists are there with one new responsibility. We are supposed to create the next knowledge bank that the world would need. So I would request all of you, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, try to create one observation paper every day, because what you can observe right now in your ecosystem, nobody else can. And that observation could actually prove to be a big learning or a big innovation in the post-lockdown era. And we are hoping that we won't have a situation like this, but this is the time when the whole world has actually converted into an educational laboratory. If you ever had any idea, this is the time to experiment, see whether it works or not. And a big utopian dream of every educationist just got realized. We all wanted value education. Now it's there. Parents are doing it very well at home. So this dream actually realized. So this is the time to actually think different and execute things in small little capsules. Experiment a lot, do a lot of stuff. Just to share one experiment, there's one school in Gujarat, which is a Swaminarayan trust-run school. They were not able to send their hostelers back home before the lockdown. And since the lockdown began, for these many days, they're continuously engaging these 50 kids in super amazing activities. And we're creating an observation paper with them just about this. And these 50 kids come from some of the most affluent families from all across Gujarat. So it's a very typical scenario for them. So we are trying to find and delve into those solutions, those approaches, those innovations, which could help the world in the coming times. Because one thing we know for sure, the idea of a school or the concept of a school, the way we know it, the way we've experienced it, has already been obliterated. It does not exist anymore, because that stood on a very simple foundation of a small number of people handling a large number of people, which you cannot do anymore. It has to be a very small number of people, again, with very small number of people. So even the dynamics change, the financials change, and the whole structure comes to a different picture. So what the institution that you'll be going back to will need a new definition coming in from you. And yes, we know that we are ready for it. Let's see what all innovative are you doing in your school, or you think will happen in the coming times. And the topic is the future teacher, or the teacher's future. The first portion of the topic is your aspiration, that what kind of a teacher do you want in the school. The second portion of the topic is your reality, the future of your current teacher. And you have to match these two, which would need your suggestions, your improvements, your policy decisions, your HR policies, your training policies. So let's now listen to all of you on what do you think, how will things change for the teachers who are there in the ecosystem, and how will their future be changed. So I hope you enjoy the next 20-30 minutes. Let's now hear it from all of you. So first, I would like to invite Sindhuja T.S. Ma'am, Vice Principal, the Foundation School, Gunjur, Bengaluru, Karnataka. So Sindhuja Ma'am, over to you for the next 2 minutes. You can unmute your audio.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gaur, for inviting me and for allowing me to be a part of this esteemed forum. In order to answer the first part of your topic, which is the future teacher, and trying to understand what do we want from teachers. It's been a very unsettling time for teachers to suddenly take to a platform that they are not used to be constantly exposed to criticism, to possible judgment, and very real fears about whether they will have a job tomorrow or not. So in such a scenario, I think it is the school's management and the principals and vice principals are bound in duty to inspire a sort of faith in our teachers by providing them the skills that they need to upskill at this point. It's very well for schools to say, just show up for a class and start teaching online. It doesn't work that way. I think it is important for institutions to recognize the fact that training has to come from our end. We have to facilitate those sessions, because for a lot of teachers, I would say 80% and above in this country, training is not something that has been a readily available privilege, right? So yes, I think it is important for us to look at not just how sessions are conducted via video conferencing, use of online gaming tools in order to be able to make more interesting lessons for children, as well as stress-free assessments. That is another way to look at it. Some of the platforms that they could also look at is when we use a PowerPoint in a normal classroom, we use it as a discussion tool. But in an online platform, sometimes two-way discussion actually doesn't become possible, dependent on the kind of bandwidth we are dealing with. So utilize the tools that you normally have and tweak it to look at what would you do if you had to do a one-way presentation. So something that is self-explanatory, and allowing teachers to put in their flavor there without going completely off track. So again, training would be important. Look at the second half of your topic, which is, what is the teacher's future? I think it is important to understand that teachers will never become redundant. The education scenario, pandemic or no pandemic, requires teachers to be facilitators in a situation where, even though we have information boom, we still need a kind heart to take you through. So I don't think there is any doubt about the teacher's future. It is about us as schools taking them forward and ensuring that they don't lose trust and faith in the system. And that's all I have to share. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think instilling faith in the teacher, using a lot of gaming tools, stress-free assessment, and teachers as facilitators. This is something that's going to change in the coming times for sure. We all have to understand one thing. We are right now using a lot of edtech platforms and a lot of edtech products. But you should observe one thing very simply, that most of these edtech solutions do not solve education problems. They solve communication problems. So education problems still are there with us to be solved. And yes, a teacher will never become redundant, but yes, the teacher will now have to be quite different from what he was before. So thank you so much, Sindhuja ma'am, for sharing those amazing thoughts with us. Let's now hear it from Ashutosh Rastogi, sir, who's the principal, Sai Public School, Kashipur, Uttarakhand. So over to Ashutosh, sir.
Good evening, everyone, and it's really nice to be the part of this conversation. I strongly believe, being the future teacher in the 21st century, he's very good with the communication and collaboration. The communication and collaboration that cannot be replaced by machines. And if we remember, there are 4 skills the teacher must have. We can generally call there 4 C's: critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. These are essential for the development. So now there's a need that a teacher should modify himself with the pace of time. And during the period of lockdown, we are things are closed. We are just bound with our living, but still there's one thing which is common: the learning is still going on, and this learning is very important in the in the present scenario. So if the teacher develop the tools within himself in the personality, like he's passionate what he's teaching to the student, that because anything can be replaced, but the passion for the subject which reflect in the student personality, that cannot be replaced by anything. And the teacher who is passionate in teaching, that is the teacher who know very well what the content is delivering, what is the objective, and how the student will gain the concept, because that learning is very much essential for the student uh, towards the living in the future. Now I come to the second part, the teacher future. So no doubt the we are stagnant with certain things, but I believe the teacher future is bright as always, because teacher cannot be replaced. That the passion which have, we can have number of tools. We like a smart education is there. We are having the smart board. They are basically the tools which facilitate the learning in the classroom. They are the tools which helps the teacher to demonstrate more to the student, but they cannot replace the teacher. So there is nothing which can replace the teacher. It is the teacher who was strong, who is strong, and who will be stronger. Even in the, if I talk about the Gurukul system, so it was the teacher who was delivering the content. So that delivery of content will go. And thank you for giving me the time to share my views with you all.
Thank you so much, Ashutosh. See, before we move on to the next speaker, just some days back, we had the principal of the Kalinga Institute, which is a school which is run in Odisha, and they teach around 50,000 students on a single campus without charging them any fees.
Wow.
And their principal shared a very nice statement. I'm just sharing it because I like the statement and it has a lot of meaning in it. Schools are supposed to be and are typically the places where the society actually comes together and learns to come together. And right now, we are all expected to teach a paradox. We have to teach them social distancing. So how would we actually balance these two together? Because at the end of the day, school is actually the place that defines the society that the world will have. So how would we do that is again something important, because once the school opens, the teacher will have to wear a mask. Expressions won't work. So we'll have to find new modes of engagement. Let's now hear it from Lalita ma'am, the school principal of Oxford Public English High School, Bengaluru, Karnataka. Lalita ma'am, over to you for the next 2 minutes.
Good evening to one and all. Considering the worldwide critical scenario and a meaningful education through online teaching, the role of a teacher is definitely bright. Any amount of torches and candles cannot make the brightness of a teacher to become dull. So a good knowledge of the content and concept, and a unique way in promoting the best teaching and learning methods. A group dynamic expert and a digital subject specialist and an expert curator is what a teacher should have. Owing to the present generation, a curriculum animator and developer, and especially, as you said now, distance, social distance. She's a builder of social emotional skills and including activity learning. But not the least, a project-based learning specialist through online portals is of utmost necessity. In fact, having a knowledge of thorough knowledge of each student's strength, weakness, interest, background, family, hopes and dreams, failures, she has to have potentialities and responsibilities in molding the present and future generation. For that purpose, she or he should be a lead teacher. In fact, the notion of teacher will never change even in the near future, let whatever happen to the world. In fact, she should be a good evaluator, designing very good assessments and taking good feedback. For that, through online teaching, she should be a data expert because you have seen advancement in computer science. And she should be exposed to a variety of teaching methodologies, personalities, and structures. In fact, even through that is before this online teaching also, there were many teachers, including me as an example, that we have done our best. And I say that this online teaching cannot replace classroom atmosphere. But now the scene is unavoidable. We can't help, but we can do our best. And there again, we need the support of the management, the parents, and also the children. And not only them, supporters like you who are really bringing into the picture the value of teachers. In fact, I'm very pleased to be a part of this program. Last but not the least, a predominant role because she is not only significant but also a specialist. And coming to the next, her role is definitely very, very valuable, worthwhile, provided all the other supports come from all sides, where she has to think, work out, and expertise in not only teaching but learning for herself, because a good teacher is not only a good teacher but also a good learner. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lalita ma'am. So, thank you so much. So the teacher will have to learn project learning skills and project-based learning. The teaching mechanism has now to typically shift from the lecture mode to a discussion mode. The world saw globalization coming in, and before globalization, the economy was actually run by sellers. It was a seller's market. The seller used to decide what product will he give to the market. And when globalization came in, economies grew, it became a buyer's market. Whatever the buyer wanted, the seller used to give that. And I think this very pandemic has brought that same scenario to the school education, that from a school's or a teacher's ecosystem, it's now a learner's ecosystem. Now he has the controls and he decides whether he wants to listen to you or not, because once you're online, keeping him engaged is going to be a big, big, big challenge. But yes, a lot of solutions have already come and a lot are there to come. So thank you so much for sharing. Let's now hear it from Sandhya ma'am. Sandhya ma'am, over to you for the next 2 minutes. You can unmute your audio.
I have approached it as a problem or a situation that we are facing at the present scenario and everywhere. So there has been a huge shift from a physical classroom to a virtual classroom. Having said that, what is the future classroom going to be like, if you ask us? Because the future classroom is already here. The good news is it's already here. So the basic ecosystem has changed. The physical structure of the classroom has gone into a virtual mobile now. So that itself changes every dimension of teaching. Now, going on to the online teaching that most of us have been talking about. When we talk about the online teaching here, the teacher's task of holding the attention of the student has been very, very difficult when we talk about the instructional mode being delivered. So she has to equip herself with different strategies, various strategies in teaching, just to engage the learner's attention span. Besides that, monitoring a live session on the screen is absolutely difficult to do. How does a teacher monitor what she's delivering is reaching the student or not? Added on to these issues, we also have too much of technological tools that we need to deal with. The presentations that the teachers are making, they are adapting a lot of technological tools. So there is a fear of the concept getting overshadowed with technology. Now she has to therefore be a specialist, she has to have a deep understanding of the content and also make sure the concept is not missed. Because the generation that we're currently teaching are digitally savvy. They're very smart. They have been exposed to all kinds of media. So the teacher has to maintain that the content remains contact. It doesn't get lost in all the paraphernalia. Besides that, multitasking is a classroom situation, a live classroom situation is different. Multitasking in a classroom, she's a manager, facilitator, that's an environment she's been trained for. Multitasking at home, managing the student attention class in the classroom, in the virtual classroom, and managing all the tasks at home, along with all the shifts and all that, is something new that she has to adapt to. So this is a situation probably which is here to stay. Coming on to, this is what is going to be the future teacher, a teacher who can actually multitask. She's tech savvy. She doesn't let the content deviate. She makes sure she's engaging everyone's attention when she's delivering the content. And likewise, when the delivery mode changes, the assessment mode also changes. So devising, using new technology tools for revising different kinds of assessments, gathering the feedback, giving the feedback, having tools for that is something that the teachers have to learn it at a quick pace. And there's no lapse of time involved here. They have to be quite quick at adapting. They have to be very quick at adapting. Though they have the skill set, probably the usage hasn't been put there. Most of them haven't used it when I talk about a TED system. So there has to be a quick adaptation. There has to be a quick shift in the way the teachers have. So this will involve a lot of physical shifts. There will be a lot of emotional stress, and all this they have to deal with, and they're doing a good job of it. Now coming on to the next topic, what is it that we are thinking about the teacher's future? As most of us agree, yes, it's going to be there. Teachers are there forever, no doubt about it. But then a teacher's future will involve, again, the skill set that's required. As we said, technology enables skill set, great passion for teaching, empathy towards students. Along with this, if they are ready to adapt, if they develop all these skills, and like everyone else has rightly mentioned, the onus lies on us to train them so that they reach that potential. Therefore, I feel that the teacher's future is definitely secure, because as long as we become the support system and the training system for that. That's all I have got to say, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sandhya ma'am. I think a very nice point that you brought out, that content being overshadowed by tech, which is typically happening a lot in a lot of schools across the nation, because tech is something that teachers have just got into, and वो उसको manage करने में tech sometimes content actually gets lost. और problem ये है कि अब जो content आप deliver कर रहे हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा scrutinizable है. It's not transparent because the parent is there, and parent आजकल हर content पे, हर class के, हर teacher के reaction पे react करने लगा है, and that reaction is something that's, but ये है कि हाँ, it's a new scenario, so new solutions will have to be built for this. That since there's a lot of transparency, so we need new systems for it. So let's now hear it from Captain Dr. Dinisha Bhardwaj Singh, the Principal, Global Indian International School, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Ma'am, over to you for the next 2 minutes.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for inviting, and right away, because 2 minutes I got to rush. So I would put it across like this. The first point which I need to talk about is teachers' future. So let's start when we were students, and from a student I became an army officer, and from army officer I became an educationist, and I saw after 10 years the teacher's perspective was changed absolutely 360 degree. So here what happened actually, when we talk about army way of teaching, it is like Gurukul. Whatever teacher has said is right, and you got to understand and you got to follow it. You got to take it down the memory lane, and it has to be executed. When we were students, yes, teachers were specialists. I'll compare it with a very, very practical example. Let's say phones and teachers. So in the beginning, phones were there. We used to communicate with landline. Basic teachers were there, and they were delivering the basic concept of teaching. And now we have smart teachers and smartphones. And smartphones are becoming smarter, and so are the teachers. Just now we were talking about teachers being tech savvy. Few are not. They are struggling, they are striving, but this is the only way they have to do it. Another thing is that the education system has become, it was teacher-centric, it was guru-centric, it has become student-centric now. When we look at teacher, we look at various perspectives simultaneously. We look at a teacher with the parents' perspective, we look at teacher with students' perspective, we look at teacher with school's perspective, and then finally we look at a teacher with a social perspective. Time is not permitting me. There is plethora of information and knowledge and conversation which can happen onto these topics. But when we come back onto discussing as to what our teachers are supposed to be and what they are currently and what they are going to do in future, practically when we are speaking, I'm just looking at a hand raise, if at all it is raised, so I got to be threatened a bit. So, when we are talking about this perspective, it is a teacher has to highlight herself in the classroom perspective, beyond the classroom perspective, and then these two perspectives with two different tales, that is formal and informal. And there are enormous, there is, words are limited when we say the expectations we have to teachers. Simultaneously, when we have gone online, we have been seeing all principals must have been getting a lot of things. Teachers, so and so teacher is not having a good pronunciation, so and so teacher is little harsh to students, so and so teacher is taking a lot of time, she's taking break, and so on and so forth. Now consolidating teachers' future. Well, smartphones have a future to be smarter, and so are our teachers. Ultimately, to put it across, as somebody said, yes, they will never be redundant. We need teachers to build the society, to build the leaders. We need teachers. Then what? How do we have a...
Ma'am, the time was over. We had to mute you, but we'll try to get back to you if it's possible. We'll try to get back to you. Let's now. We'll try to give you some more time at the end if possible. Raksha ji, please unmute, ma'am. You have the next 5 seconds.
Just not even 5 seconds. To consolidate all, I say we need teacher leaders now.
Absolutely.
We need teacher leaders who will take care of everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Let's now hear it from Prabha H, ma'am, the principal, Orchids International School, Bengaluru. Ma'am, over to you for the next 2 minutes.
Thank you for inviting, and I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately, I get in the opportunity to speak, and everybody has spoken their part of it. So I think it consolidates everybody's, whatever they have said, that our present teachers, I think hats off to our present teaching fraternity, the kind they have taken from the teachers who didn't even know what computer was, and now completely taking online classes. I think that's amazing. And hats off to the leaders who have trained those teachers. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been possible at all. And yes, of course, the parents who have their own ifs and buts saying about the teachers, but I think they really need our, all of credit for the way they have taken, the way they have managed. And the future of the teachers, as they say, it's not redundant, and there is going to be, the teachers will be there forever, and there will be no replacement. And teachers, I think the responsibility gets more multitasking, and as one of the members very rightly said, and they have to be more of a role model now, because now the students will look up to the teachers, which has been there previously also, but now the responsibility more lies with the teachers, that they need to be a role model for the students. And I think rest everybody has said, so I will not cross my limit where they mute me.
Thank you so much, Prabha ma'am. Yes, the teacher will now have to be the role model for the kid. And हम लोगों ने इतने discussions के बाद, one thing that we've understood right now is कि अब teachers को एक typically media person की बहुत सारी skills सीखनी होंगी, presentation चाहिएगा, and केवल education would be a problem. You'll have to make it edutainment, थोड़ा सा education, थोड़ा सा entertainment, तभी आप बच्चे को शायद hooked up रख पाएंगे वापस. So thank you so much for sharing your perspective, ma'am. Let's now hear it from Ashoka Bira, founder and principal head, Noble Palm International School, Hyderabad, Telangana.
Thank you for inviting me to speak and build confidence in the teachers who are going to step into the next academic year. If you have to see the true crisis in the education, if we can go into the government schools government-run schools in some remote area in our country, where a young teacher with a basic degree and will have to reach up to 60 plus children in one single class in a almost all dilapidated multi-grade classroom. Books are scarce in those schools, and children are functionally illiterate, and even their parents are even more illiterate. Here, they have no resources, no books, no technology to learn. What the teachers, what they do, we do not know. They do not have time to complete the syllabus also. Now, change after this pandemic is inevitable, and change will be there. And the people in the pivotal positions will have to ensure that the benefits of the new technology that has to be used after the schools reopen percolates down, and then it benefits every school, every child, every teacher also. We heard about Matthew effect in education technology, and it is observed that, frequently observed that, the benefit is given or it is acquired by the people, the technology who have, if they have introduced technology, then the benefit is only to the people who can use and buy the technology. So that is the Matthew effect. And I think this will be seen now. But teachers and school leaderships will have to see that they remove this or they negate this, and the technology should be reaching everyone. There is now a growing demand already for blended forms, more flexible forms, lifelong learning forms like AI, artificial intelligence, AR, VR, machine learning, blockchain, big data, and many more like this. Now, artificial intelligence and cloud computing is enabling MOOC, which is massive open online courses. So these are available to teachers and students, and they will empower the teachers, and it should be made available. Everybody should be made told about this, and so that they can gain the latest knowledge, so that teachers can know that yes, all these are available. We can go forward. We need not have to fear, and they can step forward. Because I'm saying this because I've seen many schools which are shutting down and they are putting it for sale. And why, instead of setting it sale, I try to talk to them and say, don't bog down like this, go forward. Because there are technologies, this artificial intelligence will help them. They'll help them even in examinations and gradings and assessments also. So the leadership will have to set up realistic explanations, how they can coach these their teachers, help their teachers by training them regularly in weekly meetings on Zoom, Skype, or Microsoft Teams.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Actually, the time was over. We'll again try to come back to you. But yes, you made a very interesting point of making technology price democratic as a corollary of the Matthew effect, that if the tech won't be available, then how would teaching be available? So tech ko price democratic banana would be again a challenge. But what we can see right now, a lot of people, a lot of institutions are right now empathizing with their society. You'll be happy to know that 3 of the schools in Gujarat, in 3 different districts, have actually, adopted 3 government schools, and right now they're teaching government school children in the same class with all the children that are enrolled within their school through these online classes. So this can now actually be done, because once a teacher creates online content and there's an online class, if the tech can be provided to the government schools, people can actually build a lot of big content and big classrooms going on. So let's now hear it from Varsha Agrawal, ma'am, Principal, Ryan International Schools, Shahjahanpur, UP.
till now, whatever has been told, if I sum up in one word, it is that we require e-teachers now. All the tools, all the technology, whatever is there, whatever will be there, the present scenario is such that the teachers need to upgrade themselves with all those technological tools. Before our children do it, they already are far ahead of us. उनको already बहुत सारी चीजें पता हैं जो हमें नहीं पता. Like they know how to create app, they know what is podcast, what is cloud, what is coding. Like my 8-year-old child, he did a certificate course of coding. Now you can imagine the kind of leap technology has taken. So चाहे हम दक्ष गुरु द्रोणाचार्य की बात करें, चाहे गुरु वशिष्ठ की बात करें, या अभी करंट टीचर की हम बात करें, तो जो हम पिछले अपनी पुरातन सदियों की प्रथा देख रहे हैं, जो आज की देख रहे हैं, उसमें टीचर को अपग्रेड होना ही पड़ा है, क्योंकि हमें अर्जुन और अभिमन्यु जैसे शिष्य मिलते ही हैं जो हमारी एबिलिटी पे क्वेश्चन मार्क लगा देते हैं. So what we as a teacher we need to upgrade ourselves. We have to be a learner before we are teacher. Before coming up or stepping into a e-class, we have to have sound content knowledge. क्योंकि हमें नहीं पता, दक्ष हो सकता है जैसे अभी हम बहुत सारों के पास लैपटॉप पे हो सकता है हम कर रहे हों और स्मार्टफोन साइड में रखा है, तो the child may Google it immediately and counter you. कि ma'am, whatever you have shared is not correct or it is outdated. So before we enter, we have to upgrade ourselves. We have to ensure that we know all the technological tools what we are using here in the class. So preparation is very important. Second important point is that now every day is a PTM. The parent is sitting beside his or her child. The moment you fumble, the moment you pronounced a word wrong, the moment you spell a word wrong, immediately he or she will point out then and there only, and a principal or the supervisor or the coordinator will receive a message with a screenshot. So the teachers, they need to upgrade themselves. We need to empower ourselves, and then only we can control or facilitate our children. Secondly, there is an old saying, Daksh, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? So we can provide n number of tools to our children, but unless and until we have a facilitator there beside them, we cannot make our children learn or get education. So everybody has already spoken so much. I won't take much time. So two things, that yes, the future is well secured, provided we are well guarded, well prepared. And the teacher has to take a turn and become an e-teacher.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Varsha. And yes, there's always a permanent dilemma. School education में या education typically एक permanent dilemma होता है कि आप अपने से अगली generation को सिखा रहे होते हैं जो आपसे advanced होती है, और आप अपने पिछली से पढ़े होते हैं जो आपसे कम advanced होती है. So it's always a dilemma कि आपके पास थोड़ी पुरानी knowledge आती है और आपको उसको बहुत ज़्यादा upgrade करके आगे देना पड़ता है. तो हमेशा there's a double jump in education कि पिछले से सीखते हैं और अगले को सिखाना होता है. So and yes, it's right कि आपको अर्जुन मिलेगा ही मिलेगा सिखाते समय भी, and वो आपको challenge करेगा. And अब ये चीज एक बहुत आसानी से सबको समझनी चाहिए. The stimulus has become much more important. बच्चे को एक्साइट करना या आपके लेसन का ट्रेलर, मूवी ट्रेलर के जितना एक्साइटिंग होना बहुत जरूरी है, तभी he would actually delve into it and flip learning जैसा कॉन्सेप्ट काम करेगा. Because until unless आपका वो लेसन ट्रेलर उतना स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं होगा, शायद बच्चा एंगेज हो पाए ना हो पाए. You know, it's something like that has to be looked into. So let's now hear it from Madhubala Chauhan, ma'am, principal, Sagar Public School, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Ma'am, over to you.
A very hearty good evening to all of you. It's a, so I had a plethora of people speaking before me, so I wouldn't take much from there. My point I would bring out is, just now you said that challenges will always be there. Sure. Challenges always make life interesting. Without challenge, there is no life. So Corona gave a challenge to us. Schools were closed down overnight. And teachers met this challenge very positively. Within hours, they shifted from offline to online classes. So that was the adaptability of the teachers. So I would say that this is a very important quotient in a teacher, how quickly she adapted from one mode to another mode. That was a very interesting feature. And when she is adapting from one mode to another mode, there were lots of difficulties. Lots of difficulties were there. How did she manage that? Here comes the philosophy. What is your philosophy of teaching? If your philosophy of teaching is such that just now what you said, आपका trailer बहुत strong होना चाहिए, exactly the teacher has to take up that philosophy. So when you are building, philosophy means how and why you teach in the class. That makes you a teacher. So when and how you are teaching in the class will define you. So for this particular thing, I thought that I would take up a CPR. C stands for the concepts are crucial. P stands for process is more important than procedure. Product, not procedure. Process is more important than product. And lastly, the most important aspect are relationships matter. If you work on these three CPR while you are teaching, आपका trailer हमेशा strong होगा, आपकी connect हमेशा बनी रहेगी, and teachers have to move from being an efficient teacher to become an effective teacher. Only an effective teacher will make a connect. और online classes में बिना connect के नहीं हो सकता. Online means you need a strong connect. And that comes only when you have that relationship, you have made your studies such strong that you could anchor the students to your class. They did not move away from your class. So that was, and if you say for future, I would think that there is a challenge for teachers to face. I don't say that teachers' future is not secure, 100% secure like everyone else said. Security is there. But with this security, there are certain things which we have to incorporate in our teaching. Now, this is the time which has taught us that now you have to build global citizens. Please take up global citizens now. And when you are doing global citizens, inform your child who is very well aware. So you need to be one step ahead of your child. So you have to prepare your child for global challenge, for uncertainties. You don't know what would be in future. So preparing your child for uncertainty is an important challenge for a teacher. And secondly, technology is, I would say, is a boon, is also a bane. For example, technology is making people work in solitary. So as a teacher, it is very important for us to ensure that you build the team working in your class. Like just now, others said that project work. So project working is exactly this.
Thank you so much, ma'am. The time was over, but you gave an amazing concept of CPR where concepts are crucial, process is more important than the product, and relationships matter. And actually, it typically boils down to this only. कि आप उस बच्चे से कितना जल्दी कनेक्ट कर लेते हैं, आपका कॉन्सेप्ट कितना ज्यादा साउंड है, बिकॉज कंटेंट डिलीवरी या इंफॉर्मेशन डिलीवरी अब कोई बहुत क्रिटिकल टास्क नहीं है टीचर के लिए, वो टेक्नोलॉजी कर सकती है. सो वील नाउ आल्सो हैव टू जज अ स्किल ऑन 2 स्केल्स. एक नया स्केल आ गया स्किल को जज करने के लिए कि अब जो आप बच्चे को पढ़ा रहे हैं और खुद जो पढ़ रहे हैं, यू हैव टू ऑलवेज अंडरस्टैंड एंड मेजर इट दैट इफ टेक कैन डू इट, डोंट टीच इट. इफ टेक कैन डू इट, डोंट लर्न इट. If tech cannot do it, only then learn it, and if tech cannot do it, only then teach it. Because आपके जो next generation है उसको आपको tech से better बनाना होगा और उसे जिंदगी के हर aspect में tech से better होना होगा. So in all these talks that we do every day, हम लोग ये कोशिश करते हैं कि कॉल के अंदर देयर शुड बी अ ज्योग्राफिकल वैरायटी so that people come from all parts of the world, or at least India. And we also try to bring in one person who's not from the fraternity. He should be somebody who's external to it and can give us a bird's eye view. So today we have with us somebody who has been very enterprising and who's typically an MBBS doctor, but has a very strong connect towards motivational speaking and putting in a lot of different kind of content in the society. So I'd like to now give the next 3 minutes to Dr. Anand Gupta, who's the founder of Aravali Group of Hospitals and Colleges in Rajasthan. So over to Dr. Anand Gupta for the next 3 minutes. Sir, kuch ek perspective of the doctor on what do you think the school will look like in the post-lockdown times?
So good evening, all of you, all the esteemed teachers. So at the outset, let me say, even at the school days, I was frightened to talk to the teachers. Let 9 principals speaking together, it already terrifies me. So coming down to this boiling point, Daksh, when I'm hearing about the teachers' future and the future's teachers, see the thing, what from my side as a motivational speaker, where I say, the things what we are taking is a too bit fast. You are envisaging a change which will happen in say about 2 or 3 months or 6 months. See, as a doctor for last about now 25 years, what I've seen into typhoids and tuberculosis and SARS and MERS and dengue and chikungunya, all sort of swine flus and all that which is coming, and it has just passed by. We all have started understanding and started living with it. As all our leaders have been speaking about, let us live with Corona. So the great part of that, when everybody was speaking, it was only Madhubala ma'am who spoke one single word about Corona. Nobody even talked about Corona. And that is how it has to be now. Why even you have to give a blink of an eye of one single disease, which is taking away all your attention? You all are fantastic teachers, and you have been imbibing such kind of teachings to all of us, to all our wards and all our parents, to teachers and the all other society people. So the thing is, a lot of attention, unnecessary attention has been given to this. The necessary attention has to be there, that your precautions has to be there, and you have to be aware of what this contagious disease can do. But taking it from here, really speaking, the future teachers, as you are going to build up and you are going to change up now, time always does so. My bit on this is, take it a little slow. The things will be much more pacifying, and it will be much more relaxing as you take it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anand Gupta, for sharing a very calming perspective for everybody. Ki itna zyada stressed out hone ki there's no need. We have already found solutions, and we are right now looking for more solutions to come in. So before this talk comes to an end, some of the best ideas that you've shared will actually go to the editorial team, and some of them will get published in the magazine, and we'll share that with you. But I would like to share 2 or 3 observations. That's just some food for thought for you, so that when we meet next, there's some more engaging content coming in from you. There's a very big challenge that the teachers are facing right now. एक टीचर अभी super stressed state में है, उसे घर भी पूरा संभालना है, उसे स्कूल भी संभालना है, पूरी क्लास भी संभालनी है, और पेरेंट हर चीज को स्क्रूटनाइज कर रहा है. So there's one school in Singapore that started a very innovative activity जो उन्होंने लॉकडाउन की शुरुआत में चालू कर दी थी, और हर रोज they do it, which is a daily teachers tea party. They call all the teachers early in the morning, somewhere around 7:38, for a 15-minute tea party that hold your cups, have your tea with each other, and they share 2 tips. The first tip, to stay calm, and the second tip that they can use in teaching for that day and experiment whether that tip works or not. So you also try to build your community of teachers and actually bring them together, because at this time, the only thing or the biggest thing that humans are actually supposed to give to each other is empathy, because that's what's going to build us up again. And second, we are all right now experiencing change at a pace that we were not able to imagine ever. So don't you think the curriculum or the things that we're teaching need a revisiting? What we think that there'll be 2 critical skills in the coming times for everybody, not only just for the students. The first skill being creativity. Creativity not in the sense of colors and paintings, but in the sense of critical thinking, perceptive analysis, observation. And more importantly, actually teaching a kid how to think. When you face a problem, how do you think? What are the processes of decision making models? कि कोई भी decision कैसे लिया जाता है? How many process steps do you actually follow? And to even dumb it down or even make it simpler, you'll have to teach him that how does learning happen? कि learning के कितने phases हैं, ताकि he can realize कि okay, मुझे ये concept समझना था, तो I am at stage 1, 2, 3 or 4. So he can self-assess, because that will again increase his engagement towards whatever content you're delivering. And second and most important is we have to go back to the roots. We'll have to teach him the actual word meaning of the word knowledge. The word knowledge comes from two words. The first one, knowing, and the second one, ledge. So knowing your ledge, or simply put, you'll have to teach him wisdom. Because we acted like super amazing politicians. और schools में lockdown आने से पहले हम सब बच्चों से कहते थे phone से दूर रहिए, टेक से दूर रहिए, स्क्रीन से दूर रहिए, और आज की तारीख में हम रोज उन्हें कहते हैं कम से कम 6 घंटे टेक पे गुजारिए. So we've been amazing politicians with that. So since we've already done it, this is the time to teach them wisdom, because on tech, there's nobody to monitor them. The world is open to them. So आपको वो थोड़ा सा wisdom पढ़ाना होगा कि वो समझ सके कि what's good for him, what's bad for him. So I hope you'll think on these lines, and there'll be some more interesting thoughts from you. I think Dr. Anand wants to say something. Yes, sir, please.
Just a request to all of you. This is what we are facing here at Rajasthan. The stigma has come up to the COVID positive patients. And I request all of you, because you are leaders of the society and you affect thousands and thousands of people. Corona is just a disease. And anybody coming positive, you can see the reactions in the societies, in the residential societies, they're not allowing, colonies, they are not allowing as a tenant, or they're entering into the society. This has become a menace now. So just a request to all of you, all the esteemed principals and teachers here, just pass on this word. Corona is a disease. It gets treated, and with a success rate of more than 97 to 98%, we are on to it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And before this talk comes to an end, we'll now have to actually become Chanakyas once again. क्योंकि आप जो टीचर्स अपने वीडियोस बना रहे हैं, जो सब पेरेंट्स तक जा रहे हैं, इतने सब जनों को जा रहे हैं, तो अब आप केवल अपने स्टूडेंट को नहीं पढ़ा रहे हैं, अब आप पूरे समाज को पढ़ा रहे हैं. So you're right now actually back to that Gurukul when you hold the responsibility of the whole society. So I think you'll be creating some more amazing content and some more amazing engagement and some more amazing knowledge for the world to come and the world that we have today. So thank you so much, people, for being here. If you enjoyed the whole engagement, and if you want to be there in the further web talks, you can open your mic, say a big yes, and thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Daksha. It's really nice to interact with everyone.